What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Bain Break It Down Forex. It's your boy Big Bain in this thing. You guys got another week, another opportunity for us to make some money in the Forex market. All right, so let's get right to it. Boom, over on the dollar, guys. So, this is, a late video. I was having a really good time, all the way from Juneteenth, then my birthday, then Father's Day, and you name it, right? Even with the Knicks, the whole thing. So forgive the delay, but we can still analyze what we need to get into a good trading opportunity. All right, so on the dollar so far, guys, it looks like the dollar has been rising strong since Wednesday of last week, and here it is on Monday. We haven't really broken above the high or the low of that Friday. So for now, we're sitting in just a bit of a supply area from a lower time frame. So if we look at this on the 2-hour, all right, here we are, all nice and pretty, right? You guys can see the major break of structure here, right? We push up, we make a new high, and we start the retracement, right? But now that retracement, when we broke the structure to the downside, it's sitting in that supply area for now. So it's, it has to pretty much sweep some liquidity, before we shift, breaking probably below these lows right here. All right, and again, just want to put this in your face. All right, that for now, price on the dollar is still bullish, even though it's just kind of sitting in the supply area. We'll need to look at it on a lower time frame. Let's do 15-minute. Okay, and what you guys can see is that we have a nice little fair value gap here. All right, so this candle to this one is where we've pushed into to mitigate this particular fair value. All right, so what I can see is that we have made this higher structure, right? It came down again, tapped into that demand, pushed up again, so we have another break of structure here. So everything coming down will be a retracement to this, this push up. All right, so technically looks like we didn't really quite sweep any liquidity off of this move up. Let's see about here. No, we didn't. So we more than likely will get to this particular area. All right, because we need to, if we're going to continue rising on the dollar, we need to grab that sell side liquidity, which is sitting behind this low, and potentially, that move up that it created. Also from here, we can see like consolidation right in this area, right? And then, this could be a sweep here to that demand area, right? Sweeping that, and then we can start to continue to rise. But ultimately, the dollars, if it doesn't change its character, it's going to continue to rise. So ultimately what we're looking for is for that shift, all right, in the structure. And that's only going to come when we break below like these lows that are sitting here. All right, so it's going to take time for that, and which is why you need to be patient. All right, so until we see the dollar break below, some of these lows, we should be bullish. All right, so silver, gold, most likely will fall, indices will fall, those things will correlate for the most part. But if we break below this demand and we kind of get below this area as well, that's where we can start to look to buy gold, possibly by the indices, just depending on how they look. But for now, the dollar is still very much bearish. I'm sorry, bullish. So don't switch up on the dollar being bearish just yet, because it's sitting at supply. It still needs to break structure to the downside, all right, to confirm that this temporary uptrend on this pullback is over with. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Again, I'll say it one more time. We need price to change structure from up to down to let us know that this temporary retracement is over with. All right, and again, this is pretty much a strong low here because we pushed up and we broke above this high. But we can see the dollar pretty much fall if it gets underneath this area. But we really want to see the dollar show more conviction in the push down by breaking below like some of these lows. If we can do that, then we'll have a pretty huge drop on the dollar as we go back out to the 4-hour. All right, and you can see right here all our points of interest, right? A demand area, fair value gap, liquidity as well here and here. So we can have that major drop coming back to these liquidity areas or to these points of interest before the dollar begins to rise. Forgive me guys, I got some hiccups. But for now guys, dollar is still bullish, and I'm temporarily bullish. I am overall bearish on the dollar, just waiting for it to get that drop, and then that being all she wrote. All right, so bearish on the dollar overall. Over to JPY. All right, so we broke the high, made the new high. All of this took forever in a lifetime, and even now it's still consolidating, and we really haven't quite swept this sell side liquidity or mitigated this demand area, which this demand area doesn't really quite look like it is taking like any liquidity, but possibly here at that low. So maybe we're good there, but we definitely need to take this liquidity, possibly tap into demand before the JPY starts to rise. So I'm going to say that we are going to be bearish on the JPY, and you want to look to buy your JPY pairs as we see the JPY drop to this demand area. But once it gets here, then obviously we're going to turn around and start to look for our buying opportunities. All right, so I'm bearish on JPY. All right, moving over to AUD dollar. Pretty simple here as well. Broke the low, we made the new low, we started to retrace back up, but then we fell. This was a fake change of character here. So breaking above this high, making a new high, we should have continued making higher highs, higher lows, but we didn't do that. We ended up falling, so we just swept liquidity above this high, and now we've pushed down to grab all the sell side liquidity that was resting here. But now we're building up buy side liquidity off this trend line, and again, that is because people sold at each one of these lower highs, placing their stop losses above here, which will be buy orders, right? So that is why we have buy side liquidity. So if the market makers want to potentially push the market up, all right, they would need to grab some liquidity from this demand area, which is going to be right below the demand area, because we don't necessarily, okay, we did get a sweep right before we created that demand. So that is good, and that means this demand area will most likely have enough demand to push price back up and start breaking above highs, potentially getting to the very swing high, where we will want to turn around and start looking for sells. All right, 200 pips to the upside on our dollar. I am bullish. All right, euro dollar, same thing, broke the low, made the new low, started to retrace, but failed to, continue retracing back up to our supply point of interest. Okay, because of that, we're still bearish on euro dollar, but I'm looking for price to, let's get to like the 2 hour. Let's try 1 hour. So we did have just a slight change of character here on euro dollar. So again, the issue is that before we pushed up and broke above this high, we didn't have any sweep of liquidity, unless it's looking at this day as the liquidity. But what I believe is going to happen is that euro is going to sweep this liquidity from previous week and then here, and then we'll get a shift to the upside, changing character, breaking above some high, getting a retest, creating a higher low, and then finally, pushing back up to, this area, right, for that selling opportunity. But all of that, happening on euro dollar will give us about 191 pips to the upside. All right, so for euro dollar, I'm also bullish, just waiting on a potential sweep of the previous week low or this low, and then for price to begin rising. All right, as you can tell, my alerts are going off on silver, which we'll get to, but I'm currently bearish on silver, but there's going to be a major rise on silver coming soon, and very soon. All right, but until then, bullish on euro USD. Watch out for the sweep, then buy. Pound dollar, same exact thing, broke the low, made the new low. You can see that we break above this high or lower high right here, giving us a change of character. All right, and this making this our new demand area. Okay, right here. And we can also see that we did get a sweep of this low before we created that demand. So it's pretty simple, guys. Price will come back to that demand, and you want to have yourself a position pretty much just like this, right? I would put it below this low just because it's pretty close, and then I would aim for a nice 1 to 2. Okay, and whoop, there it is, getting 121 pips to the upside. On GU, you can probably get a little more if you aim for the liquidity that's sitting here at all of these equal highs for about 233 pips on pound dollar. I am bullish. All right, New Zealand dollar, I'm sure you guys guessed it, same thing, right? So you can see here's a demand area. Well, it wasn't demand because we didn't really change character. New Zealand dollar stayed bullish, bearish on its move down when it broke this low. So even right now it's still super bearish. So we don't want to buy New Zealand dollar until we get some sort of shift breaking above potentially this high here. All right, so looking for price to do something similar to this, break above, right, potentially give us another demand area. Hopefully it has swept some kind of liquidity, but we'll look for price to pull back to that demand zone and then start taking off to the upside before we buy New Zealand dollar. All right, but I'm also bullish on New Zealand dollar, just waiting for that structural change and then the retracement to catch it on the way up. All right, again, looking at it from the 4-hour, it looks really good. All right, we're sitting at demand area for now, so if there is demand sitting here, we should get price to push up and start shifting structure to the upside. So again, guys, lots of great bullish setups on your major pairs. Don't miss out. All right, over the dollar CAD, and clearly you can see that this is also turning out to be a bearish situation. All right, we got a nice rising channel, which is a bearish reversal pattern. All right, so we just ended up getting a change of character here. All right, where we broke these up candles that broke this high. So now we have officially shifted from up to down, making this our supply area here. All right, if we look at this on a lower time frame, we can start to see that after we break this low, price has not quite, pushed up into any supply area, at least from the 1 hour time frame. So I'll go lower to the 15-minute, and then I'll start to refine, some of these supply zones. So clearly here, fair value gap that we haven't reached up into, I'm seeing liquidity all over the place because of these levels here. So here's liquidity, which is again buy side liquidity. Okay, here at those equal highs, it's also here. It is also right about here. Okay, and one more right about here. So all of these areas, price is most likely going to retrace to before it begins to fall. So you can see how the dollar still has a little bit more ways to go up before it's ready to actually fall. And we have not really had a shift in the structure here. So like everything that we're seeing is still coming to the downside. We just had a bit of a higher low here, and we just swept that higher low, but that higher low didn't really break anything. So technically we're still bearish on dollar CAD, but the moment we start to break above like a this particular high, that's when we'll be bullish on the dollar, and it'll most likely continue to grab all the liquidity up into the supply zone and mitigating this fair value before it begins to drop. All right, and there's going to be a huge drop on dollar CAD if you can get it from the supply zone coming down to our point of interest for again about 200 pip. So guys, this is pretty much the 200 pip week, if you will, on all of your major pairs. So please, set your orders in the areas they belong, and try to take advantage. I am bearish on dollar CAD. Right, moving over to dollar CHF, same MO, guys. All right, I do have to adjust a few things because, like I mentioned, this is a later video. The market is absolutely live right now, and anything is possible. All right, so these markups will just get adjusted on the fly, and we'll see what we can do. But sweeping this high so far, right, we just need to shift from that up structure to our down structure, or breaking below some up candles on dollar CHF before we look for our selling opportunity. So we're pretty much wanting the dollar or dollar CHF to come down and break below these up candles, right? If we can get that, right, then we'll wait for the retracement and one more shift to the downside, breaking whatever up candles, and we'll catch dollar CHF going to its respected point of interest for 109 pips or 177. All right, dollar JPY. So same kind of thing. We swept the high of last week, and then we closed back within pretty drastically off this major bear candle. So what this is showing me is that we're most likely ready to begin falling on the dollar JPY, which lines up with me expecting the dollar to fall. All right, so from the 2-hour, we couldn't really see where price is most likely going to retrace to, but here on the 1-hour we can see it clear as day and start to point out a few things. Here's where we had the shift from up to down. All right, that made this become our supply area. Simply wanting price to get into that area, to get into a short position, stop right above supply as we've already swept liquidity to the left. Okay, very good setup. Getting even a 1 to 3 is going to get you about 100 pips, but we can aim for all the liquidity that was created from price being in this bullish run, right? But if we look at this on a higher time frame, you can see we have a lot more to go in terms of a drop on dollar JPY. Again, almost 200 pips on it, so I'm bearish on dollar JPY. Pound odd. All right, all right, looks like we broke the high, made the new high, started retracing to our point of interest, right? Sweeping the liquidity here, mitigating demand, getting a structural shift to the upside. And for the most part, guys, we do have a little bit of imbalance right here that price could potentially fill before it starts to rise. So simply just want to position right in the middle of that FVG. This demand that has pushed up, breaking this high, it did sweep liquidity here before it did that. So once again, that is a good thing, letting you know the institutions are playing a part of this move up. Excuse me. It's just now we need to wait a little bit more for price to retrace here and then rise. If you don't want to wait and you want to purchase it here, just once again make sure your stop is below there. You're still gonna be able to get away with a good risk to reward ratio on it, but obviously it's better if you get in to the trade from the FVG. All right, so that'll give you 1 to 4, 315 pips on the table for pound odd. Very good setup, guys. All right, make it happen. All right, pound CAD, so broke the high, made the new high, started to retrace, right? And on this retracement down, we create the supply area that we're currently respecting. So as we push to demand, we got what we needed to go and break this high, but we have not done that because there was a now basically a new supply area that was created that price is currently respecting, and it could begin to drop from. So for the moment, Actually, let's get down to this a little lower. All right, so it looks like we are still kind of bullish on this, but there's a lot of liquidity to the downside here. So yeah, and plus it doesn't look like we swept any liquidity as we broke above here. So we're gonna most likely drop first to this demand area here before price begins to rise again on pound CAD. All right, so temporarily bearish on pound CAD, and then I'll be bullish once we get into this demand area. All right, pound CHF. Right, so we broke the high, so this is all needing to be updated. So 1 second, and it looks like here we got a break. Okay, this looks like our demand. Okay, that looks like our high. All right, so with this, we are in the uptrend. We broke the high to make the new high. And now we're potentially getting ready to start the retracement down to our point of interest. So looking at this area here for demand, it looks like we did kind of sweep. Well, not the best sweep, but a potential sweep of this low before making the push up, making this demand area a valid zone for the institutions to show up and show out. All right, so I'll be looking to sell pound CHF to this demand area, and then I'll be looking to buy it from this area back up to this high, and we're looking at 64 pips on that. But let's get higher just to see. Yeah, yeah, it's still just very bullish. So temporarily bearish, overall bullish on pound CHF. Pound New Zealand, we broke the high. We haven't made a new high yet, so we're most likely going to go and do that by taking out the liquidity of this swing high, and then from there we'll be looking for price to come back down to this demand area for mitigation and a sell, and that'll be about 230 some odd pips on that to the downside. I'm bearish on pound New Zealand, but waiting for the bullish sweep first. All right, GJ, so clean up GJ a little bit. And again, we broke the low, made the new low, started retracing, and it looks like we are still bullish as we had price to sweep some liquidity here, all right, and mitigate this imbalance that we have right about here. So giving us a very nice demand area for price to potentially retrace to and then rise up. All right, but we could also just begin to fall because we've reached pretty good distance. okay, in terms of our retracement on GJ to, you know, these points of interest on this 4-hour time frame. Okay, so it's pretty close. GJ could go either way, but I can see it dropping first, all right, before potentially rising, or just continuing to drop. All right, so for now, I'm going to say temporarily bearish on GJ, possibly bullish, or just overall we could, you know, begin to fall. All right, but because again, like the JPY looks bearish, I'm gonna go more bullish on JPY. So tap into demand, and then coming up to sweep these equal highs on JP or GJ, and we're gonna get roughly 230 pips out of that. All right, over to silver. Again, we had a nice change over here, made the new high, started retracing, grabbing a lot of liquidity. All right, and then we tapped into demand, and we shifted from down to up, but now we're just getting the rest of the liquidity that's sitting behind here, as well as potentially this low, and maybe even this 61 area. All right, it could probably even go down to get that as well before rising, but I need all of my members, and they know who they are, to pay attention to silver making this sweep complete before everything is sweet to the upside for silver. All right, but definitely bullish on silver, just waiting for some sell side liquidity to be collected so it can be used as fuel to push price up. All right, guys, I'm bullish on silver. Over to gold, same exact thing, right? We started that retracement down. So we broke the low, made the new low, but this retracement here swept liquidity of the high, never broke above it, right? And then swept the liquidity here, right? So we're getting sweeps all over the place to fuel the push down, and we're still bearish in terms of the structure on gold. So I do expect gold to at least push down to this demand area, possibly the swing low, before potentially turning around. All right, so bearish on gold for now, but definitely looking for it to rise overall. Okay, over to natural gas, and it looks like it's going to fall. All right, it broke this high, made this new high, equal highs, started retracing, came down, and swept or mitigated demand, swept some liquidity, started pushing up, breaking highs, breaking structure, and clearly, you know, just getting above here. So we could see price, you know, just come down a little further excuse me, to mitigate this liquidity, get into this fair value gap, possibly mitigate these two equal lows as well before it rises. All right, so for now, guys, look at natural gas. It's very bearish. Okay, over to crude oil, and because the Strait is closed, we're supposed to see oil spike up. All right, and it is bearish where it broke the low, made the new low, retraced all the way to our point of interest, and started falling. So that technically we're still bearish on silver. I'm sorry, on oil, and we probably won't switch that until we get above this particular supply area. Okay, so if we can do that, where we get above this, then that's when we'll see that oil will most likely begin to rise at that point. All right, but set some alerts so that you'll know when it's ready to go and you can buy it. But for now, still bearish on oil until we break above supply. I'll be bullish. All right, SPY, clearly told you guys the dollar is still bullish. SPY has now swept this day's high as well as just about over here, and then gave us a nice bearish engulfing, breaking below these series of up candles. So now SPY is looking very good to continue its drop, right? Most likely taking out the weekly low, maybe this liquidity here, and maybe this one before potentially rising back up as the dollar definitely looks like it wants to fall. But for now, definitely bearish on SPY. The NAS, same exact thing, right? As we broke the high, pushed up, this was our point of interest where we mitigated this demand and immediately started to push back up to this high that we've respected. So it fell to go higher and break above this, and now it's giving us a shift to the downside. So now we're most likely going to seek out whatever sell side liquidity there's available, right, in the market structure that we see. And luckily for you guys, I mapped out all of those areas where there is liquidity sitting, this being one of them, the previous week low, right? Also this low here and this low here. So if we just do, you know, a nice position on NAS, right, we're looking at over 1,600 points to the downside, guys. It'll make you rich, but you got to be in the mix, right? Bearish on NAS, but definitely looking to buy it at some point after it collects sell side liquidity. Last but not least, US30, and again, giving the same kind of vibes, breaking the high, making a new high. We shifted here to begin our retracement to the downside, all right, on US30. So now that became our supply zone, right? This is the area that we would like to sell from. Price looks like it's currently engineering liquidity here with these equal highs. Okay, so I am expecting a push above these equal highs into supply before we get that major drop on US30. But again, we will need to see nice rejection and then a close, preferably back below this change, and from there I'll be expecting US30 to get to this area of liquidity for over 1,000 points, possibly getting into this imbalance area here for 1,500 points, and possibly even the very low liquidity area for 1,800 points, right? But selling from here is your best bet. Okay, a nice position like this, and 1,000 points will do, right? Give you a nice 1 to 5. You don't need to get everything, even though you can, all right? But you got to be in the mix to take advantage of any of it. And if you're not, well, you know, nothing's going to change, all right? So again, guys, just really good setups. Sorry for the delay. You know, I'm going over having a good time, just partying, and you know, realizing I didn't get this, you know, out to you guys, but it's here now. And please review every single one, especially the ones that you're interested in, so you can take advantage of what we have going on. All right, so don't forget that hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get everybody in so we can win. All right, meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is. It's your boy. Peace.
Want to get money? Want to get paid? That's Forex. Like a sensei, then you know you got to come and swing my way. And if you want to fast forward, hit replay.